Hi there, it's Jessica. Welcome to my channel and this week's plan with me in my Erin Condren Life Planner. We are pre-planning for the week of April the 24th through the 30th. Oh my gosh, April's almost over. I did pull out a kit that has been in my stash for a while. I purchased it from the GlamPlanner, I think sometime in 2016, like August, September. It's her Wanderlust kit. If you're familiar with GlamPlanner kits, you're going to know this is an old one by the format here. We have the deco sheet and then like the sidebar stickers and some of the icons. Half boxes are all on their own little sheet here. Here are the decorative boxes, which I think are just really pretty. Florals and a cute quote, wander the world and smell the roses. The girl has a camera, which I think is appropriate for when you take a trip. We have the check boxes, the littles, the headers, weekend banner, and then last but not least is the washi strips. This is actually on matte. So yeah, pretty old kit, but I knew when I saw this kit that I really liked it and that I would eventually take a trip, and this is the week to do so. I am going to be taking off early Thursday this week, so it's time to pull it out. Even though I had so many pretty spring and pastel colored kits, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to take another trip, so it's time. It's time to use this one. Let me remove my goodies off to the side. Oh, I did want to mention I did recently add to my Etsy shop a couple little mini ruffle bows. So if you are somebody that uses a smaller planner, personal size, traveler's notebook, this is a smaller size than the two that I've already been offering. It's also a lot thinner. So just as an example here, these are the two that I offer. When you see a ribbon that you like, you could choose to go for the 2-inch, which is this guy, or the 3-inch. And then there's also options for the color of the center. But so I am adding that, and if people like that size, then I will add more down the road. But anyways, thought I'd throw that out there. I'm going to move my little pre-planning notes because I am definitely going to need to refer to that for my trip itinerary. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull out that matte washi, which I have not put down matte washi in such a long time. Let's hope I still remember how. Let's get started. Alright, so we got that washi down. I'm going to go ahead and move up to the decorative boxes. The quote is definitely going in the thankful thought. My favorite will be the girl, so I'm going to center that in Thursday. And I am going to do my typical stagger from the middle and bottom row. It's just kind of my favorite, I guess. It's become my favorite. Who knows, maybe I'll get bored of it and change it up one day. But until now, this is how I really like to do it. I'm sorry if the lighting ends up being really funky, but the weather is really funky and the lighting keeps coming in and out of the clouds. I feel like we've sadly had kind of almost a continuation of winter, maybe not necessarily winter, but fall. It's just weird. It's been rainy. Then again, what do they say? April showers brings the flowers, I hope. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. This one here. So yes, I have not had a trip in such a long time. This one's actually geared more towards my husband's family. His little sister is graduating from college, so we're heading up to Michigan. We're taking a lot of stops in different cities along the way, all places I have never actually been, so that's going to be fun. And the first half of the trip is going to be kind of going there, obviously, for the graduation and having a family reunion. And actually, I have been with him for such a long time. This May, we will have been married for 12 years, and I haven't even met two of his older sisters. So I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of finish off the, meeting the family. And then the other half on the way down, we are stopping in Branson, and we're going to kind of take the other half as a family time. So I'm looking forward to it. So sadly, there will not be a plan with me next week, and I will have to close down my Etsy shop so that I could take this trip. Wander the world and smell the roses. I would love to wander the world. I have been outside of the United States, but I was much younger. I've been military like my whole life, so I really want to focus to get this down straight this week. I always have problems in the sidebar. I don't know, it looks right to me, guys. Oh, we'll see what happens. So I've been to Germany, and since I was in Germany, I was able to see France and England and travel around that area, which was awesome, and the pictures are so cool. I do have some memories of it, but for now, I'm just happy to go see some states and cities I haven't been to. Now that we have that down, maybe I should go ahead and put these guys down, which I like to put along the top, get the to-dos down, which I'm not going to put a to-do list on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday because I'll be on my trip, and I'd rather save that space to kind of track the trip and what we did or what we're going to do. Anyways, what's been new? Have you guys tried the new unicorn Frappuccino? It's been all the craze. Have you even heard about it at Starbucks? I actually had no clue it was coming. I just ended up at Starbucks, I think the day it was like released, and I was like, oh my gosh, look how cute. And so it has no caffeine in it whatsoever, so I got it for my son. It's neat. It's kind of, I stole a sip. I had to taste it. It's kind of like a candy flavor. Got a little bit of sourness to it. People say it kind of tastes like a sweet tart if you were to describe it. Kind of like a creamy sweet tart in my opinion. I was surprised to hear that people were going so crazy over it. Starbucks were running out of ingredients to make it, and people were getting upset. And I'm glad I was able to have the experience, but I'm not sure that it's going to be something that I am going to care too much to try again. But if you tried it, let me know down in the comments what you thought. Some people don't even go to Starbucks, so let me go ahead and move on to the sidebar. Let me pull out everything that I'm going to need to set that up. Okay, I grabbed out the sheet here that has some Monday to Sunday trackers and some additional headers, and then I also pulled out the deco just in case, and these additional headers here. And then I pulled this out because I just had it in my stash and I thought this color would go well, and I thought this would be great to have because the kit does not have a habit tracker, and because I'm not even going to be home the full week, I don't know how well of a planner I am going to be. That's something I need to actually think about. What planner am I going to bring? Am I bringing this Erin Condren, or am I going to bring one of my many others that sit there? A personal ring planner might be nice, or a mini happy planner. I don't know. It might be fun to pack up. I'll try to post to Instagram on my trip, and maybe I'll plan my spread there or something. But I'll have to decide what I want to bring. But I think this is nice. I want to put like my top 3 priorities. That was actually a sheet by the Glam Planner as well. And then I will go ahead and use these trackers, although I'm not really sure. I know I want to do dinners. Half the week will be at home. The other half, we're going to be going out to like restaurants with like family and stuff. And I think that would be nice to track. Let me take this pink one here and put dinners down. Yeah, I think that'd be fun to track all the places we eat out once we leave the house. And then, oh man, what should I do for the other one? Maybe I could just put down like a weekly schedule. I could just do this week. I always think that's a good vague. Does she have it this week though? Yes. Yay, yay, yay. I think that's a vague term, so I could really turn it into whatever list I want if I change my mind down the road. I was going to say get out a piece of washi, but that might be really cute. What if I turn it this way so it didn't really take up too much of the box? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to get the headers down and all the extra goodies because we're about midpoint before my camera flashes at me and wants to cut me off. I'm going to go ahead and take care of all that, but I want to explain what I'm going to do. I pulled out some glitter headers. I picked some by this shop here, PinkRosetteco, and they're a nice fine glitter, and I definitely want to pick a blue, and I am kind of feeling like this one here would be really nice. I think I might keep that one at the bottom. I might go lightest to darkest. I also want to take kind of like a tan. I don't know, this is either kind of like a deep gold or a tan. I might put that in the middle, and then maybe one of these peachy shades, rose goldy shades. I think this one would be nice, and that one I'll put at the top. I also have date covers by Sweet Bella XOXO. I want to, I think, pull in some more dark blue, so I think I'll use those. And then last but not least, I do have some little flags by Erica G Designs. Let's take the color that kind of matches, yes, this one right here, the sort of peachy pink. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back with you guys, and we'll have all the main structure down, and I guess we'll be about ready to pre-plan. I got all the main structure down now, besides the weekend banner, which I'm having a really hard time deciding if I even need it, since I'm basically going to be on vacation from this point on. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do it. I feel like it would be incomplete. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it up there, but maybe kind of overlap the glitter headers a little bit. Okay, so like I've been doing recently, I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit closer. So I always love to start the week with a coffee cup just to give me a little bit of energy and motivation, especially because Monday is my busiest day of the week as far as to-dos go. So I'm putting this one right by my to-do list to say hello to Monday. It has my name in it. It is by the shop The Crafty Banana. And basically I am marking that cleaning needs to be done. I kind of really would like to leave the house spotless before the trip. So I am going to take who I think I have, Bippity and Boo. If I'm wrong, don't hate me. But these are by the GlamPlanner, and she's got really cute characters with different names. This is the Burnett with the doggy. They're cleaning, and they look so happy to do so. I wish I had their enthusiasm. Oh gosh, I felt like I was about to rip that sticker. Let's see, laundry is going to be super important. I always do laundry on Mondays, but I'm going to be very thorough because we're leaving on a trip. I'm going to probably have a list to make sure that I get like everything actually clean that we're going to need to pack. So these are gold foiled icons by the Planning World. I'm going to just go ahead and close the shop here, my Etsy shop, on Monday. So I'm going to remind myself with a ShopJessicaHearts pink label. I feel like taking the light one. I think it'll match the best. I love the little glitter flag, but I'm actually going to also, let me put it down here. I could leave myself a tiny bit of space if I need it. I'm going to actually use an icon though. These ones are PlanninginMint, and I just think they're very cute. Let's take the blue one because it has an E for Etsy, and then the little glitter bow is so cute. So I'm just going to kind of leave a little bit of the glitter, but layer this on in as my reminder to go ahead and close the shop for vacation. And that's all I'm going to put down for Monday. For Tuesday, I need to run some errands. Just grab any last minute things we need before our trip. I'm trying to decide what size. See, we have like a larger character and a smaller character. I guess it depends on how many things I need to fit. Let's just go ahead and take the smaller one. I'm just going to mark that I will be running errands on this day. And then I'm glad I put the small one down. I do also need to mark that while I'm out and about running my errands, one of those errands will be stopping by the post office to drop off any of those orders left from Etsy. So these are by the FoxandPip. Oh gosh, am I gonna have the room I need? I should have put her on the other side to give this little bow paper clip, which is adorable because that's what I make in my shop, a little bit more space. Should I really get out the undo for an icon? That might be crazy. Come on, let me peel it. To mark that I'm going to the post office right about here, hopefully. Does that make it? That makes it. And the only other thing that I want to mark is that there is a payday. And I'm gonna take this money on the trip, so I want to mark that it's payday and kind of like make it stand out with these little foiled dollar symbols by Sesame.com. Even though this is a little from the kit and it has a dollar symbol, it's kind of like, well, that's pointless, but to me it'll help stand out a little bit more because I need to go to the ATM, and we do want to make sure that we have our budget set for the trip. So I'm going to try, hopefully this doesn't look crazy, I'm going to try to cover up the icon. It might not be perfect. There might be a little bit of it left peeking out, but it's not too bad. So anyways, that's gonna be it. Moving on. Okay, so this is the day before our trip. My big major to do is definitely packing. So what I want to do is get out a half box. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab maybe one of the patterned ones. Yeah. And I'm sure that's going to take up the majority of my day. Let's cover up those hearts there. I just need to give myself some space for some more reminders. So, I mean, since that's a huge to-do, I'm going to put it up there. But I want to make it fun with some icons. So I brought some scribblers from $2 Tuesday by ScribblePrintsCo. Definitely putting this adorable bag. Packing all my fancy bags. And then also Jennifer, she's got her suitcase, so I'm gonna put her in there too, because I mean, I do not know the next time I'm taking a trip. That sounded like proper English, right? But honestly, I do not know the next time I'm taking a trip, so I really want to use the stickers. There we go. So I'm packing. That's important for everybody. Honestly, I do most everybody's packing. Next, I need to mark that it is my younger brother's birthday. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out a glitter label here by Erica G Designs. I think I'm gonna take that peachy shade. Just put it right up top. There we go. And then I want to put one of my favorite like birthday icons, because aren't these cool? They have the gold foiled candles, which make them look realistic. These are by Simply Watercolor Co. I'm assuming he would really like a blue one. So let's give him a blue birthday cake. He doesn't live in the same state that I do, but his big sis is going to call and sing him happy birthday over the phone. Oh yes, I do that. I also want to give myself a reminder that when I go to pick up my son from school, that I need to actually leave a note with the office and pretty much sign him out for like a week. I mean, the weekend doesn't count, but you know what I'm saying. He's going on pretty much unexcused absence, so I'm going to use a little, and yes, it has an asterisk, and yes, I'm going to go overboard and make it stand out with a asterisk by Pretty Paper Crazy in gold foil, and just cover that right up there. Also, my son will be having baseball practice, and we want to go ahead and let him go to that. I think I'll take, what blue kind of goes the best? I want to go with one of these light shades. Let's take this one here. And I think that's going to do it. Pretty much packing is my main focus. Let's move on to the second half of the week. Okay, so the first thing I want to remind myself on Thursday is to pack all our electronics. I usually do that the morning of because a lot of it's still in use. Cell phones are being charged, and I'm going to use a camera because that's a big important one that I do not want to forget. So a big to-do is, yeah, bring all the cameras and camcorders, and I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures. So I did use the little camera here off of this Once More with Love sheet. I could have used a Munchkin, but I don't know. That just is going to be a better little visual reminder to me. Oh, and she's got her camera too. Perfect. All right, moving down here. First things first on this day is dropping my doggie off. We were initially going to bring her, but then when we kind of looked at our schedule, it's going to be too crazy to drag our poor doggie around. So we're dropping her off at a babysitter's. So I think I could just mark that with maybe, let's do a heart, even though I'm going to cover it up with an icon. I know there's a heart behind there because I love my dog Cindy Lou. So that's the first thing that we're going to do on our way out the door for our trip. Let's drop her off. We went on and got a verified babysitter, like a doggy in-home daycare person. Anyways, I'm bringing out my Planning World icons. These ones are so cute, little paws and gold foil. So I'm going to put that over the little heart. Alright, and then we're going to start our trip. We're probably going to gas up and go. So I actually have this sheet by Chasing Chels, and I really never thought I would use it, but I am. I am going to grab one of these little roads here, although I think these cars are really neat, but they're a little large. So I'm going to grab out a different little car that I could use to put on the road. Because we're going to start taking off pretty early. I would say by the time we drop the dog off, it'll probably be 8 a.m.-ish. And I want to put a little car on. These are by PaperLovingMommy. We have a car. We're not really going to have to put our stuff on the top, but it's cute. It's all packed up, and off we go. Alright. And then, after we drive, we are going to stop off at St. Louis. So I went ahead and did this before I started my plan with me, because I didn't want to mess it all up. And basically, I took this sheet of, obviously, multicolored labels by PinkRosetteco, and then I took a bunch of different colors of Clever Gal Craft, gold foiled, little circle icon hearts, and added them to all of our stops for this week. So first stop, St. Louis, and we booked a hotel right by the arches, or arch, right by the arch. I've never seen it, so that'll be fun. We're gonna kind of stay the afternoon there, and hopefully I could take a picture next to the arch. Alright, and then, yeah, the next day we're gonna wake up and go back on the road. So let me get out another road sticker. I want to try a squiggly one. Let's do that. Continue on. This is like a Midwest USA kind of trip. And let's go ahead and pop on another car. And this time, our stop is going to be, our first stop of the day is going to be Chicago. So I have a little label to mark Chicago, and we're not staying there long. We're going to go have lunch. We're gonna go get us some Chicago pizza. So I had this really cute sampler by MyNewestAddiction, and I just liked the realistic look of this slice of pizza. So, you know what? I don't know. I kind of want to put a half box down, and I have some other things to mark, so I might just go right over that glitter header. So let me grab out another half box here. I think I'll just grab this one. And I just want to put the pizza in there. I can maybe mark the actual location. I don't know. There's the debate. Do you live in Chicago or New York? I mean, I've never been to either of those places. So I'm going to have a Chicago piece of pizza before I have a New York piece of pizza. You guys can tell me down below in the comments which one you think is better. Alright, so then we're going to just go ahead and continue on. And we are going to go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Once we get to Grand Rapids, that's basically where we are checking in and will be for the next day. The big event of this evening is meeting up with my husband's brother and his wife, so excited for that. It'll also be my first time meeting them. So I want to put down this little half box. We're gonna go to a restaurant. So I think I'll use like a little munchkin by OnceMoreWithLove, ready to eat. That would be cute. Lots of eating. Yeah, probably gonna gain like 10 pounds by the time I get back. Okay, and then the next day is the main reason for this trip, the graduation. So I'm gonna take a half box. I think I should take the gold one. And yeah, I'm gonna center that right in because that is kind of the big event of the day, at least at the beginning of it. The graduation, the reason for really going. And I have a Jennifer here in her beautiful black dress, and she has a balloon, which I thought that was perfect. So we'll take her. Something else to make it sparkle. How about one of these asterisks I have off to the side? Maybe I'll just kind of stick it in that corner there. Okay. So then the next thing is we're basically all going to meet up for kind of like a family reunion and yeah, do activities throughout the day, going to dinner and all that fun stuff. So I brought this little thing out here, cute sheet by LetsPlanIt. It says family time. And I think I'll just grab a half box and I could journal in it and mark in it. So let's see here. Maybe the last little pink one. Sure, why not? And I'm not sure how many activities will be done on this day, so I'm going to leave myself a little bit of space. Just kind of overlap. Let's go with the darker blue again. Overlap this family time. It's kind of over the half box and the header. There we go. Perfect. And then moving on. So the next morning, we are going to drop my husband's mom off at the airport. She is taking off. So I think I'll take another one of these labels by ShopJessicaHearts in the pink. I think she has a pretty early flight, which is good because we're also taking off as well. So, luckily on this page by PaperLovingMommy, we have an airplane. So we're going to drop her off at the airport. After that, we're hopping back on the road, so I need those little roads. Should I do another straight one or squiggly? Let's do another squiggly. Those are kind of fun. Back on the road again. I'm going to flip it this way. I'll just add back on a car. At least they're all heading in the right direction, actually. Okay. And where we're going to end up by that afternoon, if all goes smoothly, should be Branson, Missouri. And I'm actually going to leave the rest of the space open because me and my husband Shane, we're still planning out our time for there. And yeah, and our trip is going to continue. We will not be back until I believe it's the 4th of May. Yeah, but anyways, I'm all pre-planned, so let me zoom you back out. Alright, so here is the finished pre-planned spread. Oh, I remember something that I definitely wanted to do here with this deco sheet. I love this sticker because it reminds me of when I take long car trips. This cute little like neck pillow, and that's either a planner on the go or a laptop. Either way, it just like really reminds me of like me being comfy. I'm gonna probably be in like Uggs and sweats and you know, that's the way it is. Gas station food in the car. I'm excited. That was kind of fun planning out a trip like that. I've never done it before. I hope you enjoyed planning with me as well. I will go ahead and link down below all the shops I used today along with any coupon codes that I could share with you guys. Definitely give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that when I come back and I'm back to uploading videos, I could see you again soon. Until then, I want to wish you a beautiful day and happy planning. Bye-bye!